Let's bring them together, and here's Gregorio Alvarez.
Listen up, guys. You've both been given the pre-fight rules. I want to see a clean, professional fight. I don't want to see any holding, no punching below the belt. Most importantly, I want you both to obey my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. You got that? Touch gloves, go to your corners.
You saw right there the first stage of the war. First little battle. You saw Kirkland trying to look in the eyes of the taller Cortez. Right. But Cortez did not want to get into a psychological battle. He looked up into the air while Kirkland was searching for his eyes.
We're underway. Let's see if Kirkland can get to work fast, and he does. Cortez trying to answer right away and gain some respect.
Well, Cortez is taller and longer. He's going to stay on the outside, try to box, but he falls in. And when he falls in, I think he's going to pay a price. He needs to stay on the outside.
He is long with that jab, Teddy.
No, but he falls in and he gives up that height, and quickly he becomes small. And if he becomes small, he's going to become tiny with Kirkland.
Kirkland already sees that right hand kind of lay out there, and you see right there, he answers back quickly.
Well, Kirkland's a guy whose defense creates offense. He slips to either side, tries to make you miss, and create an opening. And then fire right back and close that opening, like he did right there.
This is all action right away. There's no other way around it with James Kirkland. Already reddened and wobbled is Cortez. So Kirkland already hurts him. Cortez trying to move his head out of harm's way.
And you know, the bad news for Cortez, as though it could get any worse, you know, he's been hurt to the head, but he hasn't been touched to the place where it's really the forte for Kirkland, and that's the body. Kirkland is really a damaging body puncher, and he hasn't even touched him down there.
That face is already reddened. Already marked up from Kirkland's shots. It was Cortez, though, who was answering with some decent body shots already.
I think Kirkland, because he wants to satisfy this crowd here, I think he's a little over-anxious to the head. Again, the place where I think Kirkland goes the best is right there, downstairs to the basement. And he really hasn't done that. He's been headhunting, trying to satisfy this crowd here.
Teddy, that left eye is almost closed on Cortez. I mean, that's really damaged. It is puffed up and swollen already. We're halfway through the first round.
And again, you've seen plenty of attacking upstairs by Kirkland, but none yet downstairs. And there's a lean body downstairs there of Cortez.
Cortez is staying close, Teddy, and he's throwing wide shots. And you got to think it's a matter of time. Gets on top of Kirkland. Now in the final 30-plus seconds here, you wonder if can Cortez get out of this and develop some rhythm. But with wide shots at close range, man, you're just meat in front of Kirkland.
And again, Kirkland has not gone downstairs yet.
He got hit there hard. A straight left hand, little clash of heads too. Kirkland moves in. That's a low shot from Cortez. He's been going to the body, but that was low.
And again, I think Kirkland is so anxious to get this knockout, he's forgetting that there's a lot of lean body there in front of him.
We're going to stay right here between rounds. This has been exciting. Cortez giving it his all and answered back with a nice, clean right hand. That landed on James Kirkland, but let's go to the corner now. Again, Ann Wolfe and Pops Billingsley.
All your shots are wide, baby. You got to use your jab. He's standing up there. He's standing right in front of the man. Does he catch it when I was there? Shots wide, your shots wide. You got to close your shots in, double jab and get a little bit close. Use angles. Turn him. Turn him. Do not stand in front of him. You're getting hit too much. You don't want to trade shots with him when you don't got to.
Brian, I predicted for a first-round knockout. I was wrong. I think one of the reasons, there's two reasons why Kirkland, at least in my estimation, did not get the one-round knockout. One is the heart and resiliency of Cortez, but the other is, I think Kirkland's trying too hard to satisfy this crowd that's standing on their feet now, expecting this fight to end quickly. They're not sitting in their seats.
Right.
Up in the balcony, we're looking at them, and they're all standing up because they don't want to miss what they think is going to come quickly. And again, Kirkland has not gotten to the place where really I think he goes to better than he does anything else, and that's to the body of his opponent.
Cortez answering back nicely. Look at the head and body shots and the breakdown. Only one body shot even thrown by Kirkland as Cortez answers back. You're right, Teddy. The crowd is waiting for the explosion, but I thought excellent advice as a straight left lands by Kirkland, by Ann Wolf, who was first of all saying, hey, your shots are wide, baby, and then gave him specific advice. Double up on the jab on your way in.
Yeah, but the one thing that I was a little surprised that was missing, and maybe that's because Ann Wolf also a little anxious here at home in front of all this home crowd, she did not tell him to touch him downstairs. And again, to me, that's what separates Kirkland, is when he goes to that body.
He went to the body there, and now he goes to the head, and Cortez is hurt, and down he goes. Oh, I tell you what, Kirkland hit an illegal shot there as Cortez was down, and he's lucky he's not being warned or DQ'd. Now, he threw one shot as he was on his way down, but he got too anxious, and he clearly hit him when Cortez was down.
Let's go.
Kirkland moves in for the kill. Blistering uppercut. Another one. Cortez trying to hold on. Kirkland does not want to let him.
And again, what's really hurting Cortez, he does not fight tall. He's inside in the short man's land, and that's Kirkland's land.
Alvarez takes a good look, and that's it. No, that's it. Cortez was still trying to fight back, but he was taking punishment, and perhaps a tad early, but you know what? It seemed inevitable.
It did, but it was still early. This is boxing, and I don't mean to sound heartless, and I'm really far from that, but this is boxing, and it probably was inevitable, but it was a tad quick on the stoppage there by the referee. Again, this is not checkers.
Yeah.
This is boxing.
It hadn't reached its conclusion, and Kirkland looked like he was on his way there. Cortez had been busted up. He had gotten hurt, but it seemed early. I agree. In a main event, it's not a four-rounder with novices, with young guys. This is world class. This is the main event.
And again, Cortez, although not a puncher, had shown that he could find Kirkland too. Kirkland was very available to the leather of Cortez. Take a look right here at the knockdown. It was an accumulation of punches, more than one solid shot. Again, take another look here. Good left hand, the power hand for the southpaw, the hand that he could turn into.
Teddy, what do you think of that last shot?
It was not a legal punch, but the referee did not do anything, did not acknowledge it. Another look, the left hand hurts him. And then you could see Kirkland, again, throws another punch after Cortez is down on the ground.
And Teddy, I like it when a guy is hitting a guy as he's going down, but once he's down, he's down. And you see the stoppage there, which, again, felt early, whereas we're watching it live. All right, we're going to talk to James Kirkland about this, and Ann Wolf is back, but right now let's get the official particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 1 minute, 59 seconds of round number 2. Our referee in charge, Gregorio Alvarez, steps in and calls a halt to the bout with your winner by technical knockout and still undefeated, James Mandingo Warrior Kirkland.
Another early knockout by James Kirkland, slightly unsatisfying. It'll be interesting to hear his assessment. Again, he's coming off a first-round knockout, an electrifying knockout of Remosele Albert, a guy who had never been stopped before. Now against Ricardo Cortez, he did take care of business. We will step away for a moment, but want to hear what James Kirkland thought of this fight, hear what Ann Wolf thought about her unbeaten fighter. James Kirkland, still the KO kid. We're back in Austin after this. As you see there, it's the punches landed in favor of James Kirkland. What it really comes down to is not how many were thrown, but the intentions by which that were thrown and the mayhem brought by James Kirkland. We're with James Kirkland and Ann Wolfe right now. Congratulations, James. Your evaluation of your own performance.
It was fairly decent, man. You know, it wasn't one of my best performances, but I look forward to getting bigger and better opponents as I go later down the line.
Did you feel, Teddy was saying this, that you feel the electricity in this building and you want to make things happen? You've been knocking guys out so early. Did you feel pressure to get it done early, and maybe did you sacrifice some things in there?
Yeah, exactly what you said. You know, I did do a lot of things which was mistakes because of the activity inside the room, but I look forward to making it better without so much intensity.
We're going to take a look at the early action here, and James, you can watch the monitor along with us, and maybe we can also ask Ann your thoughts on what James is doing in the early round.
I think if he would shorten the shots up and throw more jabs, go to the body, like you said, I think he wants to knock him out. But I know if James just take his time, which we're developing that, and I know he can because I've seen him do it before, you'll see a better James Kirkland. I think he would have went all the way to sleep.
Teddy?
No, the one thing that I was saying throughout the fight was that, to me, the thing that separates James and is going to carry him if he's going to go far is that he's such a good body puncher. And that was completely missing. You didn't go to the body at all. Was that because you had it in your mind that you had to go to the head to satisfy all these people and you forgot about what I think is the most important thing you do, and that's to go downstairs?
Yes, sir. Yeah, like I said, I made a lot of mistakes during this fight right here. I made a lot of mistakes as far as the activity in the room, so much that I haven't had in the past. So this played a major part on my fight too, with all this activity inside the room. And you know, now I know that I have to really dig deep down into what we train to do.
James, let me ask you one quick thing. Again, I admire a guy who's hitting a guy as he's going down, but it looked like you hit him once illegal as he was down already. Did you think about that, or did it occur to you while you were doing it, or any concerns about what could lead to a DQ?
Yeah, at the time when you're throwing punches in combination, the man happens to get ready to take a fall, you're trying to make sure he stays all the way out. So that was a mistake on my behalf, but as far as, you know, they didn't call that, you know, as his part.
I understand if Floyd Patterson would throw and complete the combination always when he was throwing shots like that. And your thoughts on the stoppage?
I think they should have let it go a little bit more. I used to have a lot of power. James got a lot of power. Go and let it go a little more, because I think what everybody would have saw, like Teddy said, as soon as James got out, I said we should have went to the body just a little bit more. I think if it would have let it and James would have settled down and got into James' elbows in a little bit, it would have really got stopped. I think he would have. I think he would have knocked him all the way out.
I think as a trainer, I'm thinking that the thing that you're probably upset. Look, he got the result, but it's the things he didn't do, because I'm sure as a teacher, as a trainer, you're looking up the road to what he has to do to be better fighters, quite honestly. And I'm sure the two things that must have bothered you, one, not going downstairs, because to me, that's what's going to make him special, going downstairs. And the other thing is that he fell out and he got hit too much.
Yeah, he stood up in front a little bit too long, but I think as James go on, I like for him to fight more than what he fights. You're gonna see the better James, and then I try to get that out of him in the ring. I mean, back in the dressing room. He did. He stayed in front of him a little bit too long, and he didn't use the jab enough for me, because James got a jab like a left hand or a right hand for us. He used the jab too much. I'm gonna go back. James is the type of fighter that'll listen. He listens. He loves criticism, because that's how you learn, and that's how I'm gonna teach him. We're gonna go back and watch this, and he didn't. He didn't go to the body enough, and he stood in front of the guy just a little bit too much, because James knows how to use angles better than people think.
One last question for me. Would you rather not see him fight at home for a while, because maybe the emotions got the better of him? Would you rather take him away from here?
Yeah, I do, because, you know, it's tiresome to fight at home, and, you know, we want to give the fans what they looking for, but the ultimate goal for us is to build James into a world champion, and we want to develop him right. And, you know, if we could do that away from home, I would rather fight away from home, because there's a lot of pressure fighting at home.